Hi, I'm Merita Vida with Knox Video, and today we're here with Evan Esguerra. Evan, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good.
Good, good. So you are here at True Fight Club, and you own this gym here in Hayward. Is that right?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And you're going to be fighting this Saturday. Who are you going to be fighting, and where can people see this at?
I'm fighting Chris Beal in at Commerce Casino in the City of Commerce. It's like in the LA area. This Saturday, yeah.
Okay. So when did you get into fighting? At what age did you get into fighting?
Well, I started fighting when I was like 22. I was in the Marines from when I was 18 to 22, and when I got out, I found the Fairtex gym that was in Daly City, and I started training. Yeah.
So what was the reason you got into fighting? Was there fighters that were around you, or did you just see the sport?
No, I was I kind of had a little bit of a rough upbringing. I hung out with a lot of guys who got in trouble all the time, and when I got out of the Marines, I came back into the neighborhood with the same guys, so I would have got into the same trouble if I hadn't found something positive. And I knew that. And for 4 years in the Marines, I kind of thought about if I was back home, how I would be as opposed to how I am now, right? So I wanted to find something positive. And it could have been as simple as like a 24-hour fitness. Right. But I found Fairtex Gym. Just my cousin showed it to me on the internet, and I decided to check it out. And I came in, and the first day I came in, I signed up, and I fought like a month later, and the rest is history, I guess.
What is your main base for fighting, would you say? Like jiu-jitsu, wrestling? Or?
Yeah, my main base is Muay Thai. Okay. Yeah, so Muay Thai and boxing. I like to pretty much keep the fight standing up. If it's up to me, the whole fight would be standing the whole time. Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about your gym, how it started, and if people would like to come here, how they can go about that?
Yeah, well, my gym started 3 years ago. About 3 years ago, it was like March 15th of 2009 was our first day. We're in Hayward at 28460 Hesperian on in Hayward. It just started with, it was me and my friend Chris Carriaso. He owns Fight and Fitness, and we wanted to open a gym together. And it ended up like really last second. He decided he was having a brand new, like his first kid, and he decided he didn't really want to take any more risk. So I just went out and did it myself. We planned everything together. We kind of planned what we were gonna buy, and we had everything all set to go. We were pretty much like ready to start in like a month, and then he pulled, and I'm actually kind of happy he did, because now I own it 100%, right? So yeah.
Is there any fighter that's in the UFC that you would say has a similar style like yours?
I don't know about similar style exactly, but kind of like a philosophy and kind of the way that he goes about like fighting and training and living his life. I really think like I try to be as close to similar to GSP as I can, right? I just like the way he eats right every day. He trains hard every day. He trains with beginners, and he's always trying to reinvent himself. And every time you see him fight, he's always a new person, always a better person, right? So every time you see him, it's like the best person, the best GSP you've ever seen. And also he kind of has a lot of like a lot of stuff in his head to work out. And I think it's because he's a smart guy that he thinks about all these different angles. And I mean it's like a thing that he has to deal with that I guess like some like kind of like dumb jocks or like less smart fighters, they don't really have to think about it because they just don't think about that stuff. So I think I'm not saying that I'm super smart, but I just have a lot to think about and a lot of inner demons to overcome, and I feel like he kind of does the same thing. Yeah.
Okay. Now, how is your diet? Do you eat healthy, or are you vegetarian, or what is
Yeah, well, I'm not vegetarian, but my girlfriend is Dr. Melissa Ponce, and she has this thing called the healing diet. And just a couple weird things, or a couple things that people normally think are weird, are I don't eat bread at all. No gluten, so no bread, pasta, anything with gluten, like all kind of like all the good stuff: cookies, candies, cake, pie, ice cream, right? And then also no dairy at all, no casein, right? So those two things, and then I just try to stay away from fried food and stuff like that.
Now, how is your training? How often do you train, and what do you do to train to get ready for a fight?
So I train every day, whether I have a fight or not. Right, I start at Half Gracie Jiu-Jitsu at 7 a.m. I train from like 7 to 8, 8:30. Then I normally meet my friends, Darren Wanoyama, Taylor McCorriston, and Chris Curiaso, and then Ronnie Carrillo. I meet them at FTCC, and we do MMA training like at noon, and then I'll do boxing at 2 at B Street Boxing. And then I do wrestling with my friend Steve Martin here, kind of whenever I can with the wrestling. But all the rest of that schedule, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. and then to 2 p.m., I do that every day.
Now, do you know a lot about your opponent that you're going to fight, and do you feel prepared for the fight?
I feel totally prepared because, I mean, this is the first time I've taken a fight on a week notice, but I feel like, I mean, that's why I train every day, so I can do stuff like this. Like when I was fighting amateur Muay Thai, I would take stuff on a single day's notice with no problem. But now with the records, meeting stuff, and all that, I kind of stay away from that. But this, I feel totally prepared. What I know about my opponent is he had cancer in his leg. It was called soft tissue sarcoma, right? So his tendon in his leg and hamstring, he got it operated on and got the tumor taken out. He also went through chemo a couple times and radiation a couple times. So that's what I know, and my plan is to attack that leg, kind of. I mean, I had to internally think about it and like, man, I can't feel sorry for this guy or whatever, because whatever. I mean, I think that if I went easy on him and stayed away from that leg, it would be a bit of a disservice to him, because I would kind of be treating him like he's handicapped. So with everything being equal, and me knowing what his weakness probably is, I'm gonna test it and go for that. If not that, then I'm gonna box him.
Now, do you have a Facebook or a Twitter for people to follow you?
Yeah, I have a Facebook, just my name, Evan Esguerra, and you can find me on Facebook. I don't have a Twitter though. I don't really know exactly how that stuff works. Yeah.
Well, best of luck to you on your fight on Saturday. And for more information, go to knoxgear.com.